I'd like to come to you now, Anu, because in these unprecedented times, in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen the chief information officer of an organization work hand in hand with its chief human resources officer. And these are, of course, two very distinct, divergent departments. So, to what extent have software and hardware IT solutions come to the rescue to ensure that employees are ultimately connected, collaborating, and fully secure while being productive?
As a large organization, employee performance optimization is not restricted to CHRO or CIO. The critical success factor was first, we have to fight for the survival and then restart and scale up our operations part of it. These critical success factors, I would say, were applied to all the relevant infrastructure that will support the new normal. At that point in time, it was 100% remote operation. Fortunately, I would say Wipro being an early adopter of a SaaS platform for some of the core infrastructure services, it was not that big a challenge for us to scale up our operation, whether it is through VDI solutions or whether it was through VPN or having a core security, as Deepak mentioned. That was important part available on the cloud so that we could scale our operation. A lot of credit, I would say, goes to the IT hardware providers because they played a pretty solid role. Normally, we have ODCs which are providing a kind of a support 24/7, but we use those machines almost on an average for two people, and that's a common practice in ITS industry. Now, when pandemic struck, we were left with no choice. We were running short of the hardware, and that's where partners like HP came into play. They immediately provided us the hardware and then ensured that those machines were shipped to the user's home. We actually shipped the desktop to the user's home. So that was a big support which we received from a lot of, I would say at that point in time, it was a lockdown. So we took help from a lot of agencies to see how we can ensure the machines were shipped at home. I would love to continue this journey further to make sure that we are more effective in cross-domain collaboration, more frictionless in our monitoring, and ensuring the faster resolving when the such issues come up. So I would say kudos to the IT hardware companies because they had their own share of challenges, a shortage of components like semiconductors, which actually was one of the biggest problems. They are still struggling, but they are still ensuring that the business doesn't get stopped. So